Go. Time for a tryout. Sounds good. I'm doing the tryout as the count now. Yeah, didn't you see me kill Ali? I clutched. Okay, see you, man. All right. I'm here. On time. First, we need to test strength. Guards do not detect gates because of the way they are. All right, let's go over to the arena. All right, what rank are you guys? Learn some of these. Let's see if you're worthy of that title. Let's go. Jube versus me.
Let's see this.
First we salute. And begin.
And the Grand Rally.
Well done. Oh, our Emperor is here to watch. What an... All right, next. Let's do Pfeiffer. Mid rank, yeah. Good job, Jube. Loot. Are you ready, Spifer? There you go. All right, let's begin. Oh, wow. Not the bleed.
Sandra, I want to do on you.
Who?
To redeem myself.
My Emperor, this is a Holland training. You would be interrupting. Next, let's go Kingsley. Servers. Loot. Okay, well done. Need to upgrade your sword, your shield. See, did I do Sky Slayer yet? Hop
No,
in.
you did not.
Hop in. Loot. In. Ugh. G. Chrono Iguban, I think is the last one. Is this the Iguban that I hear so much about? Look. Begin. G. All right, Jube. You appear to be the best fighter. What's your rank? Adler.
He's already.
Okay, good. Like there's a lot of people there. On update. Jube, good. All right, Jube, you're gonna be my second-hand man for the time being. First things first. The most important part about being a division. Let's go back to our SDS. The most important part about being in a division is not necessarily fighting expertise, but tactical cohesion. Can we execute on the battlefield? We need to take a certain garrison, execute a flank, and therefore discipline, listening to orders, and being able to cohesively move as one unit is more important than any individual's fighting skill. However, Kingsley, you definitely need to upgrade your weapons. I'm going to assign you a bunch of arena work. You're going to go into arena, do a ton of 3v3, 5v5, 15v15 sparring, level up your weapon, try to get to wrought iron or cast iron sooner. You're definitely not bad, you just need better weapons. You even got me down to half health with arsenical, so you could be a lot better if you actually just had the right weapons. You're not going to win many fights for weapons. Is this everybody? I thought we had somebody else. All right. Now, what we're going to train is some parkour. This might not be that important traditionally in this faction, but it's going to be important for us in our tactical maneuvers on the battlefield so that we can be assigned to do whatever we need to do. So we're going to do left face, which is the face that I'm facing now, my left. Go. And we're going to just go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Follow me. March. Now, when you're marching in single file, make sure that you're following the person in front of you, not the line leader. You just follow the person in front of you so it operates like a snake. That way the line stays nice and tight, moves as a cohesive unit. And now we're going to break out, and I'd like you all to keep up with me if you can. All right, Holland, try to make it to the top of the tower. I lost my men. There are more Sicilian assassins in game.
I released a political declaration.
Boy.
Thank you.
December. If you can't parkour, then you won't be able to chase down enemy assassins, and you won't be able to move effectively in combat when we need to move quickly, sometimes over the roofs of buildings rather than under. Where did my division go? It's all gone. There's one. Jube's here. Say that again?
I think one of the first Viper climbing the wrong.
They are climbing the wrong tower. Tower's on the north end of the city.
I'll stay muted now.
Oh, you're good. This is your home city. You should be able to climb every tower in this place. Imagine if the enemy put archers on these towers during a siege. Have to get them. Make sure you're using combat lock. Sometimes the key is to angle yourself mid-jump with the combat lock so you can grab a ledge. Just a slight 30-degree angle adjustment mid-jump can help your leg not fall off the next ledge. Now there's an invisible truss right below me You have to jump out and try to catch it. Their goons almost got it. It's actually important when you're mid-jump to release mouse lock sometimes so you can catch it. Goon, turn to the right and you'll get it. There you go. I got shot. Alright. We're not going to waste any more time on this. You guys should all learn how to complete this tower in your own time, as well as all the other towers. Go back to the training area. Actually, meet me outside the walls over here. Meet me outside the walls, north end of the city. Don't kill him. Okay, STS. You guys have some improving to do on your parkour. It helps you master your movement, your capacity to defend city. Often, warriors may be ambushing you from rooftops. If you can't get up there in time, fall victim. Their arrows, anything like that. Especially when you're fighting assassins, which I know we're not enemies with them right now, but anything could happen. So make sure to practice your parkour in your own time. Your movement is just as important as your ability to fight. Now it's time for a little war story. Back in the day, I used to be one of the best link sword fighters in old TTC, but not because of my best ability to stand out front in a duel, although I was fine at that. I would actually bait people in positionings. For example, I would go behind this, wait for the exact moment, and then pop out, get an attack, using sort of tactics like that, getting an advantage early on, securing your first hit, stunning the opponent, maybe landing a good bleed or a maim, can really affect combat. So it's less about the duels we were doing earlier, where it's more of a dance back and forth. In a battle, it's going to be hectic. You want to use your positioning, make sure you're using spacing accordingly. When you're fighting multiple opponents, a lot more difficult than when you're fighting one. Sneak up on you. You got to make sure you're constantly surveying, looking around, paying attention to your combat meter. And for those reasons, become the best division. Not just because of individual fighting skill, because how we fight in an actual battle. With that being said, formations don't have particular uses in battles just because of the combat system, but tactics do. Meaning, let's pretend that windmill up above the farm ahead is a garrison we need to take. Jube, I want you to take Kingsley and Chrono Iguban from a northern path, flanking the position and intercepting and meeting us at the exact time we arrive from the south. So Spifer and Sky Slayer, you're going to single file on me. Ready? We're going to go. We're going to try to arrive at the position at the exact same time. Potential ambush. Enemy may be seeing us coming from the front, and then you guys will hit them from behind, securing a victory. Jube, you guys are going to have to double time it. We're going to arrive way too soon. Double time it, double time it, double time it. All right, good. So we begin engaging the enemies here. You guys arrive with the flank. Perfect time. It's little moves like that, little tactical moves that can make a huge difference. One of the biggest mistakes people can make in a region battle is you start to respawn, and people respawn in a staggered way. So one at a time, I die, then a few seconds later, Jube dies, then maybe 30 seconds, Kingsley dies, and we all immediately start rushing back to the objective. What happens is the opponents, especially on an offensive front, will only have to receive one or two or a handful of soldiers at a time because the spawns are staggered in. So I'm not aware if we do this, but an important mechanic us would be, as soon as our numbers start to dwindle, we rally back at the spawn before charging so we can actually hit them with a full force instead of hitting them one at a time. So in a region battle, if I'm commanding you guys, just keep in mind, I may call for Speaking of archers that are over here, I may call for a rally at spawn, which means we're going to rally our troops and go for a flanking maneuver rather than staggered one-on-one. And to really display the effect of this, I'm going to show you. Okay, so Jube and I and Chrono actually... okay, yeah. Chrono and Jube go to the top of that hill, just right there in the north. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Jube, your guys' oh wait, we're outside of we're flagged for PvP. Let's go back actually to the training area so we don't lose any honor. I guess we could reset, but wouldn't we get looted? Yeah, I don't want to draw. Okay, back at the training grounds, we're going to really display the effectiveness of this tactic. So everybody back on me, Kingsy. Okay, so for this exercise, Chrono, you might want to reset and get health. I think that's everybody. Okay. So Chrono and Jube, you guys got some of the best weapons in fighting. I'm gonna have you stand right over here at the preface of this. Now, the objective here is you guys are gonna kill and hold that position. Now, this is what's gonna happen. This is gonna seem obvious to you once we start. Spifer, go in and take that position from Jube and Egu. Now Sky Slayer, you go. Join him. Try to take the position. You see how he spawned over there? He's getting defensive. Continue the fight, guys. Continue the fight. This defensive spawning is intentional. Oh, it's a Calum zone. Okay, never mind. All right, we got to retry. Restart. We'll do it over here. We're going to start over here. And the objective is to have Jube and Egu. You guys are going to stand right here. Okay? And guys, just for the sake of demonstration, don't jump around and extend the fights. Just try to kill them as quickly as possible. Now, Kingsy, you go first. Try to take that position. Now, Sky Slayer, you go. Pfeiffer, you go. So, even at this point, although it's a... oh, nice job. So, we were able to clear them, but we lost 3 men to their 2. You guys notice that? And it took a very long time to clear the position, even though we outnumbered them. At the same time, in a defensive advantage, they're going to be spawning much closer, meaning our trickled-in reinforcements are not going to do as much. Spifer, make sure to reset. Now, this time, Chrono and Jube are going to try to hold that position. Jube, go back. And this time, I'm going to demonstrate the difference tactically. So, let's see, we're missing 1. Pfeiffer. Okay, at this time, I'm going to demonstrate the tactic that I talked about earlier. So this is a rallied spawn. We're all going to go at the same time. Ready? Go. And the objective is to take this position from them. Chrono's been wounded already, but... So Chrono and Jube. Okay. So that time, we lost some men, but the position was cleared much quicker. And we actually have some enforcements here. We took the position and we're ready to continue onward. So the idea here, guys, is when you're going in one at a time into their defensive entrenched position, you might even kill one of them, but they're going to reinforce quicker. Whereas when we rally up into one big group and push the point all at once, we're actually able to secure the position much faster and with less casualties. Let's go back to SDS. So the difference between a region battle and something like matchmaking duel or just a duel in general, 1v1, is you're never going to secure victory if they're using tactics and you're not. So a smart defensive opponent will simply just rally men, and because of the spawn distance, they'll just bleed your lives out. Because of lives, we have 90 minutes to capture this position, let's say. That's nice. I'm getting shot. Okay, so we have 90 minutes. Let's go over here, actually. Safer from. So we have 90 minutes to capture any given position, which means we don't have to rush. When you die, you don't have to rush as fast as you can. That's nice. You don't have to rush as fast as you can to take the next position. Just leave them. It's fine. We'll post a cool Contrati video later. That's why it's important to know parkour, so you can chase down your assassins. Well done. If the rest of HRE and allies wouldn't mind stationing guards at the different entrance positions to the city, that would definitely be helpful. And we'll just go back to our SDS. Make sure to protect the Emperor. Doesn't really matter if I die. Alright, where's it? We're missing some people. Jube and Pfeiffer, make sure to come back. Oh, okay, Jube had to go. Do you guys understand the tactical difference that I'm explaining here? Okay. It's going to be really, this is one of the most important, it's very basic, but this is the most important tactical thing to understand when you're talking about region battles, especially when attacking. When defending, don't want to wait to rally up. It's the opposite. When you're defending, unless you've already lost the flag, you want to rush to the flag and defend as fast as possible. The smaller reinforcement gap, because of the spawn distance, makes it a lot easier for you to just get there quickly and make a difference, and your allies might really need you because they're already going to be holding an entrenched position. When attacking, what I displayed here is going to be even more dramatic. I only said that we spawned over here and they spawned over there. In reality, the distance is going to be 20, 30 times longer, meaning it's going to be even more dramatic, and they might have way more than 2 people versus 1 guarding a position. They might have 5, 6 people. You going in by yourself, you're just going to lose your life. You're going to lose one of your lives, and then we're going to be better. We're going to be worse off for it, for the Empire. It's just not going to go well. Emperor Ali, do you have any more comments on this tactics road battle? Region battles. I don't want to step on any toes for how the HRE does it. I want to make sure I'm.
No, your explanation of the tactic is pretty pristine.
Okay.
Training was very good.
Good, thank you. So what else can we do offensively? Well, besides grouping up, another thing we want to do is mask our movements to the enemy. If they see us coming, they're going to be able to position themselves. That's another reason why that parkour is important. If they know, for example, let's say that our spawn and our garrison is this tree, and their spawn and their garrison is this tree. Sky Slayer, I want you to demonstrate, if we're attacking, and this is your garrison, where are you going to expect us to come from? Which direction? Exactly. So where are you going to put your guards? Exactly. On an initial attack, it actually would be beneficial for us, especially if the enemy doesn't know that we're coming. If they're just guarding there or waiting for an attack, to go around, taking extra long time, especially on the initial attack. Let's pretend there's some hills here between Sky Slayer and us. And we move around, attacking from the rear or the flanks. Basically, we could even get on the flag earlier, intercept their reinforcement point, and take them by surprise. Rather than just hitting it head-on like a hammer, this tactic can work quite well, especially in groups. As an individual, this stuff does not work. None of these tactics work individually. That's why you have to take a whole group. Come on, guys, come with me. We're going to go around this way. Sky, go back to your position. Just pretend you're defending. And the other thing is, we have to actually bear probably a 2-to-1 advantage because they have guards. So Sky Slayer could be guarding this alone, but he might have 10 cracked out NPC guards with him. Meaning, we should draw out the guards over here, where he can't even see, kill the guards. By the time we get to him, the guards are dead. We can quickly take care of him, capture the flag, and hopefully not have to deal with too many reinforcements. Which is why, if we don't have an overwhelming numbers advantage, the smarter thing to do would just be to defend our own garrisons, hold on to our own territory, depending on what the prerogative of the Emperor is that day, if he really feels like we need to take this position or not. However, even if we outnumber Sky Slayer 4-to-1, 4 versus 1, literally, with all of his NPCs plus our spawn distance, it's probably an even fight or even advantage for him. Meaning that you can't just think, okay, well, we have more men than them. No, he has NPCs, he spawns closer, he's going to drain our lives. We might win the first wave, then he's going to respawn, slowly clean us up. The guards are going to respawn, slowly clean us up, and then boom, we're losing our lives. And then another thing people do, which goes back to our previous discussion. Okay, we've had our initial tactical failure. Now, as everybody dies, I'm just going to trickle in one by one and just go into a meat grinder. And before you know it, we're all out of lives. We've made 0 progress on the region battle. And if it's before the 90 minutes are up, Sky Slayer may decide to call his men and do a counterattack. We have no lives. We can't defend our position. And because of an overextension offensively, now we've lost our own garrison. Does this make sense? So this is more, the commanders need to understand this as far as when they're initiating their tactics. But it's very important that you, as men of Holland, understand what the way I'm thinking, so that when I issue an order, you're not just doing it because I say it, but because you actually understand the tactical reasons behind the order. And it doesn't even matter this is live streamed. Enemies and people can know about these tactics. These tactics aren't necessarily about sneak attacks. It's just about being smart with your troop rallying so that you don't just go into a meat grinder. Luckily, HRE has a pretty good number advantage in any given fight because it's a more active faction. So that's just about not defeating yourself. It doesn't matter. We could outnumber the enemy 3-to-1. If we're attacking Antioch, let's say, and they're at this tree, they might have 3 times less numbers. If we don't judge our spawn and wave, if we don't rally up and distribute attack waves correctly, they will just bleed us out. We may take the garrison at the end of the day, but we've lost so many lives we can't make further progress, and it's a Pyrrhic victory. And it may be so exhausting nobody wants to do a siege or whatever at that point.
I think many people, they undervalue tactics. But really what these tactics are when you use about, they're very important to know.
Exactly. And I think you've all seen the Tankfish video, I assume. In the Tankfish video, he actually displays a pretty genius maneuver as far as tactically. What he does is he calls a raid on one territory he doesn't care about. He tells everybody in chat to say, join the raid. The defenders go and join the raid, and then boom, he actually tells his men secretly in voice chat, no, don't actually join the raid. So everybody thinks his men are joining the raid to defend Nicosia, but then he actually attacks Jerusalem at the same time, because now all the opponents are diverted to the wrong location, and he can now take Jerusalem with less resistance. So it's like little moves like this that can really win you a battle, and that one's quite sophisticated. But even in the same sense, you could take about a garrison. Let's say that we have this tree, and this tree are 2 garrisons, and we're spawning at this garrison. Let's say we really want the garrison that Sky Slayer is guarding, okay? But they also own this garrison, and let's just say for ease of use that we have connections to both. This garrison doesn't have any strategic value to us. Of course, we'd like to have it, but it doesn't matter. We send a proxy force, let's say a couple men, Kingsley and Spifer, go take the diversion garrison, this one. Go ahead and just move on it. Just stand by the tree. Now, Sky Slayer might see in the notifications, okay, this garrison's under attack. Now, Sky is going to do what? He's going to maneuver over to that garrison, which leaves Chrono and I free to take this garrison, while Sky Slayer's busy with that diversion. Now, this takes a pretty large force, but this is actually one of the advantages of divisions and man groups, because without divisions and command groups, it's going to be a lot harder to say, oh, I'm going to divvy up my men in real time. You, do this. No, Holland, go take this. Main HRE force, go take this. It's much easier, and that's why divisions can play a really, really essential role as far as tactically. Meaning if you actually have a division that's separate, you can give them the commands, which are pretty underutilized. But I could say, hey, attack this location, Holland. And at the same time, our Emperor could tell the main force to defend that location. Oh, I've got to wait. My command cooldown expires, but at the same time, HRE could be defending that location, main. If you see a Holland command, meaning for the division, it should always take priority over the main divisionless command. And the reason for that is the commands for divisionless should only be if for example, if they need Holland as well at this one, I will Ali should communicate that to me, and I can simply change my command for Holland to also be over here. But in some circumstances, it's more important for you to be listening to the division leader, because the main leader may be just commanding the divisionless troops, and we might have priorities elsewhere. But of course, leader is going to have priority as far as chain of command. It's just a matter of tactics. He might be telling me, hey, take Holland over there. I'm going to take the main force over here. If I want Holland to go with the main force, I'll simply issue a command over there, or just not issue a command at all. But if there's 2 contrary commands, members of Holland should always go with the Holland one. Not that they're commands that oppose, but they're reaching the same objective. Meaning, we might go one place, they might go another. Yeah, Sky Slayer, sure. Bug. Still have Squire Patron? What do you mean? Good. Oh, you still have the Squire from the free trial? Yeah, are you paying? I'll tell our Really should message the camper.
What separates HRE from have really high standards?
That is a good thing.
Ali, your wish came true.
Oh, I mean,
Oh yeah, my Wi-Fi is tripping.
Okay.
Why is it in USA?
Because I own it. All right. SDS Holland. All right. There's going to be a rally for the Holy Roman Empire at
Hey, Defender,
what?
do not say it on stream. You get rated.
You're right. Right. Never mind. But I will be announcing something in the announcement.
Thank you, Defender.
The rally is going to not be happening, guys. There is no rally. There you go. Anyway, check announcements for details. Pretty basic training. I'm going to hope to see... We didn't really get a tryout because I didn't see any HRE members that wanted to try out. But either way, make sure to remember this. Make sure to remember this this for next time. And tell your fellow Hollandese to keep mind of these tactics. The next time we do a road battle, region battle rather, my brain. Next time we do a region battle, we will be employing some of these tactics. Tonight's region battle's going to be too late for me, but there's a chance I'll be on for tomorrow's midday. So I definitely want Holland to be there. I'll wait. We're definitely going to need to receive commands from Ali to know what we're doing, but just make sure that you're around and so we can strike out against the enemy if that's what Ali wants to do. Thank you.
Clarify.
Look, man, all I know is on the count. Good training.
The latest account. Ali.
Defenders, they go.
There you go. Based.
Okay.
So based. Giga based. All right.
Just to make it,
Go ahead.
this is not against the wishes of the.
Great. Now we're going to end the training with some 2v2s. So as I've mentioned, it's very important to learn how to fight against multiple opponents. This is actually a lot more valuable than doing duels. So when you're practicing, try to find a teammate and duel a pair or even trios, because it's a lot more useful to learn how to maneuver. It's going to be way more likely on the battlefield you're encountering multiple enemies. So Kingsley, you're going to be teamed up with Kingsley, you're going to be teamed up with Spifer and Chrono and Chrono and Sky Slayer for the first duel. Kingsy, wrong side. There you go. Okay, salute and begin.
I just thank you, my.
Sir.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, begin.
Okay.
Nice parry, Kingsy. Very nice. On Spifer. Let's run it again. Kingsy and Spifer versus Egu and Guy. Spifer, make sure to reset. All right. If you don't want it, then go. Begin. You're a cynical bronze mad lad. One v 2 now. Important to learn how to fight off two people at once, even though you will die most of the time. Oh, new subscriber, Mihai Apostle. Thank you for the subscription. It is a good trick, attacking the worst player.
Good to build that. Yeah, no, with that.
Totally agree. Kingsy, join the other team. Join the other team. Move across. Egu, stay in. 3v1. Yeah, of course it won't be fair. This is so Spifer can prepare for... He's not... Yeah, maybe he won't win, but the point is he needs to practice. Begin. Good maneuvering. Point in a 3v1 like this is just to get as much damage. Oh my gosh, you even got a kill. He almost got 2 kills, guys. So the reason that he did so good is, I'll show you what he did. He ran around and he actually let you guys bunch up, and you guys did a lot of team damage. And so he just used a lot of his stamina early to just get in some good shots, let you guys hit each other, and it's very well done tactically. But well done. That's going to conclude our training this morning, gentlemen. Very well done. End with loot. Kingsy, do you remember your homework? Okay. I want all of you right now party up and go play a sparring match 5v5 and learn how to fight as a team against some bots. So party up and queue for a sparring match 5v5 together. See how that goes. As for the rest of the stream, and that's also a good way to earn silver, get some participation, and it helps the faction too. Okay, guys. Be training again. Time. I'm gonna go back. I'll be right back on the stream, but that's it for the training. Oh, we'll be doing giveaways on the stream if you guys stay around. Oh, wow. My mic's off. I was trying to tell you guys about the giveaway. You guys missed it. Oh, well. Sky Slayer won the giveaway. Sorry, guys. You gotta pay attention to chat. Important. Okay, well that does it for today's stream, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be seen again soon.